Good morning. Welcome to Money Markets and Motivation with Mike. And our word of the day is corpus. Corpus, a collection of written texts, especially the entire works of a particular author or body of writing on a particular subject, a collection of written or spoken material in machine readable form, assembled for the purpose of studying linguistic structures, frequencies, and according to the anatomy, the main body or mass of a structure. In a sentence, I donated the corpus of my favorite authors, Jane Austen and Virginia Woolf, to my local library. So that is our story there. And now we move over to our heat map. Here is our heat map. It is kind of moving around. Just see if we update this. Oracle is up 5%. NVIDIA is bouncing. Financials are down today. Medical devices are up. We've got a mixed bag in industrials. And Walmart they're taking some profits in Walmart and Costco. So that is our story. On to crypto. Crypto continues its retracement. Bitcoin is now under 110,000 at 108. And Ethereum is bouncing along under 4,000. So that is our story. And our stock of the day gaps up, Seagate Technology, and this is kind of helping in the AI and the storage wars. So that is a story over there. Now I'm going to stop the share. So here, this is what we focus on a daily basis. Want to preserve and protect your portfolio. Things are at all-time highs now. There's a lot of talk about market crash in the coming months. So this is a great place to preserve and protect your portfolio. Goes up when the market goes up, does not go down when the market comes down, and it beats index investing by about 5% per year. So I believe over the last 2 years, fixed index annuities, some of them have returned 20 to 30%. So you may want to take a look at this, and variable annuities have done even better, and they also have protection available for them. So that is our story there. And now we're going to go back to our charts. So big move in Micron Technologies today. We have this in one of our portfolios. So we got a gap up, and it looks like a doji here as it pulls back from the moving average up here. I believe this is a 10-day moving average. Or this may be the Bollinger Bands, the extension of the Bollinger Bands. So it got to the high of the Bollinger Bands and pulled back a little bit. So it does have a $280 suggested price target for the end of next year. So we'll continue to look at that. Over in Asia, C Limited got some volume in here today, up $1.03. It's not really showing it. Maybe it jumped up here and then has pulled back. Continuing in the storage area, we have Western Digital is up $8.12, a gap up on this as well. So there's huge buying in the storage area. Celestica, electronic components, got a huge gap up here, up over 4% today. Got above its Bollinger Bands here. So you might be a little careful There's going to have to be an extension of the Bollinger Bands, and we'll see how far that goes. Snow. Got some buying activity today. It kind of in a doji. It's up 42 cents. Goldman Sachs in the financials is pulling back a little bit. It was up nearly $1 earlier. We looked at Seagate, Morgan Stanley, also in the financial. It's pretty flat now. It did get up to the top of its Bollinger Bands here. It was up a little earlier. We have a lot of buying in the metals. Franco Nevada is up close to 4%, up $7.95. Royal Gold up 2.35%, gets up to the top of its Bollinger Bands here. This is a pretty bullish Harami, so continue to watch that one. Also in the metals, AU, Anglo Gold, gets to the top of its Bollinger Bands with a big gap up here, up over 5% today as gold and silver continue to rally. And let me see, we got any other interesting things in here. McEwen, couple of days had a lot of buyers coming in. McEwen gaps up. It's near the bottom of its gap, but this is just an incredible move. Breakout was down here at 1163 and it has doubled in price. So this is beginning to look like a high tide flag. We'll see if it develops a flagpole and pulls back a little bit, but it gapped up yesterday and another gap up today. So this is also in precious metals and mining. And this, I believe, is a Chinese company, SHG, up nearly 2% today. Got a gap up, hit a new high, so it's got a little bit of a spinning top. This is in South Korea, actually. So this is a financial bank. AAR is aerospace and defense, which continues to run pretty high. We're going to take a look at one of our stocks that we profiled yesterday. This is pulling back a little bit, still working on a base here. So I'd continue to watch this. We have Billy. Billy, this is Chinese company. It's up 1.53% with some pretty good volume. Let's come down to see the volume. We got some positive buying volume here. We had a little better volume a couple of days ago. So that's possibly something that you'd want to keep your eyes on. Not sure if we looked at Celestica. Yeah, we did look at Celestica. And finally, we're going to look at this financial bank or brokerage in China, Futu. Did pull back. So it's getting pretty close to the 200-day moving averages. Had a huge pullback here. So I think maybe it's going to eventually bounce off of the 200-day line here as it gets close to earnings report. So that is our story there. Now we're going to go doing a backwards look here. So this is financials down nearly 3% today. KBWB down a little worse, 3.33%. I'm just trying to see if I can get the VIX. The VIX is bouncing here. Got a pretty big move up, almost 9% move on the VIX or the fear index. Here's the 10-year note. 10-year note is moving up today. Doesn't really give us. Oh, here we are, 0.46%. And then on the 20-year, the yield is falling. It's down to 1.56% today. This is onto nuclear. Nuclear is falling 3.47% as it gets pretty well extended from all the moving averages. This is something you want to watch out for. So we'll just keep our eyes on that. Onto our aerospace and defense, pulling back about 1%. Not sure if that's the 20-day moving average. Energy off close to 2% today. Communications fallen 1.47%. Utilities pulling back close to 1%. And a pretty good move here. So some people taking their profits right there. Consumer discretionary down 1.56%. Take a look at Tesla. Tesla is down close to 3% today, off $11.84. Consumer staples is pulling back after pretty good bounce right there. Real estate, pretty flat for the day after a nice 3-day move. Home builders pulling back 1.43%. Had that big bullish harami here, so it's pulling back a couple of days, and we'll just continue to watch that one. Biotech, this is where the money has been really flowing. Bumps its head up against the top of the line here and pulling back. So if it has a little bit of a pause, that would be healthy. IBB, the other ETF in biotech, it's pretty flat for the day. Tried to move higher and then bounced off that top line. Software pulling back 0.61%. Financial, actually technology, It's kind of flat for the day, off 0.32%. Infrastructure off 1.5% today. It's pulling back. It's just in the middle of the range. Nothing to get too excited about. Semiconductors, they're pretty close to flat today. We'll see how they end the day. Airlines are off 3.13%. See what Southwest is doing, down about 2%. Delta down a little over 3%. See American Airlines. Wow, American Airlines is down close to 6% today. Take a look at leisure and travel. Pulling back here. Carnival is kind of leading, and Royal Caribbean has fallen 4.05%. Onto industrials, off a little over 1%. Healthcare looks pretty flat right here. Had a nice 3-day move. So if it pauses here, it's not too bad of a omen. Building materials off a little over 1% here. And metals and mining are pulling back 1.57% today. And finally, in uranium, wow, that's a big move, down 4.25%. So this is kind of our sub-indexes. Let's go over and look at our indexes. NASDAQ is down close to 1% today. The equal weight, right about there. S&P 500 and RSP, IWM. We're going to end our show right here. Hope everybody has a great day. Go out there and make a difference.